Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome to the video, and today I am talking about open mics. Gonna give you a few tips and tricks that I learned over the past year of being an open micer. And I want to share it with you. I'm not a seasoned veteran yet. I've been around the game only a short time, so I'm still constantly learning stuff, and I could possibly make a part 2 of this video, but I did learn a lot, and I want to share it with you guys today. First thing I want to say is, don't go up on stage without warming up the crowd. Joey Diaz on his podcast said it best when he said, there's a difference between being an open micer and when going to a show where you're selling tickets. And what he said was, and this really resonated with me. This really shifted my perspective. He said that when you buy a ticket, people are committing to see you. You know, they buy a ticket, they have to get a babysitter, they have to get a ride to the club. They're fully committed to seeing you. They're going there because they like you. When you go to an open mic, nobody gives a shit about you. And that's just the brutal, honest truth. So if you go up there and just start spewing your set, nobody's going to shift their attention from their conversation to you. So you have to work on getting people to care about you before you do your written set. And even if you don't get any laughs, but people listen to you, you have won half the battle of being a stand-up comic. So that's rule number 1. Rule number 2 is, your bits don't have to be perfectly polished. You can improvise a little bit. Now, I'm not saying go up there without anything written, but it doesn't have to be perfect. Like, it's okay to go up there with kind of unfinished work and go off the top of the head a little bit. I've had some of my best bits doing that. But I personally, you don't have to have the quote-unquote perfect set written. You could go up there with like a kind of a rough draft and kind of just throw it out there and see how it works. That is totally okay. Open mics don't have to be polished because there's nobody there committed to seeing you. So go up there. Just get the stage time. Get comfortable being up there. But don't worry about having a polished, perfect bit in your mind. Just go up there and do it and get comfortable being on stage. Being comfortable on stage is another part of the game. And if you don't go on stage, you're not going to get comfortable. So, write, but don't worry about it being polished. Take the stage time. Just take the stage time. Just do it and get comfortable. I'm going to reiterate that point 1,000 gajillion times because there was a lot of moments where I thought I had to go up there with a polished set, and I didn't go up on stage. So instead of going up, 4 times a week, I went up 2 times a week, and now my growth as a comic is stunted. So take the ideas, write down a rough sketch, and go on stage. Point number 3 I want to make, and I want to make this very clear. you're going to bomb. I repeat, you will bomb. It is inevitable. It happens to the best of us. And when you bomb, it is not a good feeling. I've been through it. I can say it's not a good feeling. But there's two things you can do. Two things you could do. You can either cry about it and give up and beat yourself up over it, which I did in the beginning, which really fucked up my comedy game in the beginning there. Or you can learn from it. Be really introspective about yourself without being too hard on yourself. It's very crucial to know what got laughs and what didn't. Were you confident with your material? Were you energetic with your material? Were you nervous on stage? Nervous on stage? Because a lot of my sets in the beginning just failed because I wasn't confident on stage and I was nervous. And I see that now. And now if I go back and do some of those old bits I did, like in the beginning of the year, now that I'm more confident, they succeed. So have somebody record your set and just be mindful of where your mistakes happened and keep in mind what you can change. And then the next time you go on stage, make those changes and see what happens. Chris Rock I've heard stories of Chris Rock leading up to his special, a year before his special, reworking a bit and bombing and bombing and bombing, and then on the special, murdering with a bit that failed. Because Chris Rock is a very good comic who is willing to put in the work and willing to make the changes. And that is what you have to do if you really want to be in this comedy game. And you might not want to really be in this comedy game. If it's just a hobby, like for me it's just a hobby. But I love the game of reworking material. And I love the game of bombing and coming back the week after and killing. It's a fun game. You gotta love it. I love the game. I love doing it. Even if I never make a dime off of it, I respect the game and I will continue to be an open micer. So those are some tips. Those are some tricks. And I hope it could help some of you out. I hope you keep this in mind. And if you're thinking about trying comedy, I hope I can inspire you to try it, because it really is a fun thing to do. Oh, this video is running on 10 minutes. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.